Hey folks, welcome back to the Uni-hosted YouTube channel. Today's video will be about the UniFi Teleport VPN, a simple and easy VPN that you can set up on your gateway if you need to remotely access resources on your home network. This is also a good VPN if you are behind CGNAT or carrier-grade NAT and you don't have a public IP to do port forwarding and set up a classic VPN server. I'll show you how you can set up the UniFi Teleport on your gateway and also set up a few firewall rules if you want to restrict the access from the VPN clients. All right, so now let's begin. All right, folks, let's begin. And first, I'm going to show you the network that I will use for this demo so you are familiar with the setup. So first, let me go to settings and then to networks. You see I have a few VLANs over here. The only one that you need to focus on is on my main LAN. This is the subnet. Third octet is .10. So here's where I have all the VMs that I've set up and prepared for this demo, okay? And I have here on the VMs, I have a web server set up and I also have a domain controller with an SMB share. I will show you how, or this is what we're going to use to test connectivity and also to play a little bit with the firewall rules. Okay, let me go back here to this tab, and here I have a remote connection to Ubuntu VM. This is hosted on a cloud provider, and we will use this as the VPN client. For your VPN client, what you will need to use to connect with the transfer VPN is what do we have on screen, which is the WiFiman desktop application, which is available with several OS. With Linux, Windows, Mac OS. You can also use this on your mobile phone. So yes, you can use your mobile phone to connect with the Teleport VPN. Okay, perfect. Now let's begin with the setup. And to activate the Teleport VPN, you need two things. And first thing is you go to your control plane and then to the console tab. We need to have the remote access activated. Basically, this syncs your gateway or console with the UniFi UI server and website, and you can remotely access this gateway with that website and server. You will need a UniFi.UI account. If you don't have it already, go ahead and create one. I really recommend you to do it because it's something that you can use for the Teleport VPN, but also for cloud backups and, like I mentioned before, to remotely manage your gateway. Okay, after you activate this, you just need to go to the VPN tab and then you will be able to activate the Teleport VPN. I already activated this, so that's why the checkbox is checked. Okay, perfect. We have everything we need. Now let's create a invitation link. Okay, we click here. This is what we are going to use on the client to connect to the VPN. So let's go to the client over here and pasting the link and hit connect. This link, you can go over here to the invitation history. If you want to revoke the link, you can click over here. This link expires in 24 hours. After the link expires, you should be able to revoke the remote access using the clients tab over here, client devices tab over here. There's a glitch with the UI that I will mention later. You can see over here that it's showing me the client. This is the name of the VM. So let me go back over here. Well, let me connect back to the Ubuntu VM. Okay, so we are connected now. Perfect. You can see that it's showing a little bit of data and it's showing the profile. Perfect. Okay, let's see what we can do. And let me check first. Let me open a terminal over here and I will type ifconfig. Just want to see the IP address that we have. This VPN is based on WireGuard. It uses WireGuard to connect the devices. You might already heard about WireGuard. It's used by several VPN providers. It's a VPN protocol. Really helps you if you have CGNAT. That's why it's used for this. And I see we have this IP address. Okay, the third octet is the number 2. Something that I saw with the Teleport VPN, it will create or will use this subnet. It may also use or change the third octet to be 3 or 4. One of the issues or downsides of using this VPN is that you cannot modify the subnet assigned to the clients with the GUI. You don't have anywhere that you can go like networks or like the other VPNs that you can modify things a little bit. That's one of the downsides of this Teleport VPN, at least from the GUI. There are methods that basically involves connecting with SSH to your console and modifying the MongoDB database, but well, that can create issues and you can try it if you want. But at least from here, from the GUI, you cannot modify a lot of things like the other VPN. So that's one of the downsides about this VPN. Okay, so we are connected. You can see the instance over here. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to access the resources on my network. So first thing is, let me try with a web server that I have, which is this one over here. Well, you can already see it because I was doing some testing. This is just a simple web server with Apache. And yes, I added this HTML just to verify that it was working. Okay, so it's working. Now I have a domain controller with a share. Let me see if I can connect to that share. So we'll go over here and I have the address already. And let me hit connect. Okay, perfect. So the share is there. The folder is empty, doesn't have anything there. We'll just create a folder, create. Perfect. And now let me go to my VM and you can see the folder is over there. This is the share on the domain controller. Okay, amazing. So now you can see I have access to my main network. It was really easy to have this connection. Now, let's say you want to play a little bit with rules. You want to restrict things a little bit because now with our VPN client, let me go over there. We have access to everything, basically, to all the networks. So let me go over here. And now let's go to the security tab. We will set up a few firewall rules. Okay, so first thing that we will do if we want to restrict access a little bit from the VPN connection to our mainland, we'll be creating a rule to block everything and just allow what we want. So here I am at the settings, and what do we need to do is first, since we're going to block everything from VPN to our internal networks, we will use this tab over here. So down here from the VPN zone to the internal zone. A bad thing, a downside about this Teleport VPN actually doesn't generate, at least on the GUI side, a VLAN that you can manage, like I mentioned before. So you see that the VPN zone is empty. Actually, it's not. The Teleport subnet is over there, but it just doesn't show as a separate VLAN, okay? So the rule will be placed here anyway. Okay, let me create a policy. So the first policy that we will create will be to block everything first. So block from VPN to internal. Source VPN will be, source zone will be VPN. I will choose any or any over here. If you want to specify the subnet of the Teleport subnet, you can do it. If you go over here to IP, you can specify it over here or use an object. I did a test by using an object. This object basically has the 24 subnet with a similar. So if I go over here, like I showed you before, basically this is the subnet, but I used a 24 mask. It worked. So you can use that if you want, but if you don't have anything here, on any other network on the VPN zone, just go ahead and use any. It will be easier. Okay, so the port will be also any. The action will be blocked. So here we can choose if we want to block everything on internal, or we just want to block a few networks. If you want to specify a network or an IP, you can do it from here. I will block everything and just leave the rest with the defaults. So let me add the policy and let me go and click proceed. Now the policy is created. Might take a little bit to apply. So let me go down here and let me see if we can access that Apache server. Okay, so it's still working. So the policies didn't apply yet. Let's give it a 1 minute or two. Okay, let's see if the rules are working. I'm going to close this web browser session. Seems to be trying to load and it doesn't work. Let me first try to see if I can mount the share that we mounted before. Taking a little bit to open the file explorer. Okay, perfect. So let's go to other locations and let's try to connect to the server. Okay. It's thinking and it failed. So the connection timed out. Okay, so it seems that the rules are applying. Let's see if we can access now the web server that we have on the VM. Okay, it's trying to think while I wait for Firefox to open on this VM. There we go. Perfect. So this is the IP. Okay, it's thinking, it's thinking. And I think it's not going to work because everything is blocked. Okay, now let's do something. Let's allow a few things to this VPN client. So what I'm going to do is on the same place from VPN to internal, I will create a policy to allow the access to the SMB share on that domain controller. So allow SMB to DC or to file share. Okay, and the source zone will be the VPN, and the destination, in this case, I will use the IP of the domain controller, okay? And the port I will specify to be the SMB port. Okay, perfect. So nothing else to check over here. Let me review. Actually, the action will be allow instead of block. Okay, so let's add the policy. Forgot to add the IP address as well. Okay, perfect. And now let's add another policy. Allow HTTP web server. Okay, source zone, VPN, any port, action will be allow. The zone will be internal, and we are going to specify the IP address of the web server, which is 165. Okay, perfect. All right, and we will use the port HTTP. Perfect. Okay, so add policy. Again, I forgot to add the IP address. Okay, perfect. All right, so now we need to reorder the rules to place the rules that we just created on top of the rules that we created to block everything, because as you may know, the rules apply from top to bottom. So if the rules that we use to allow are below the rule that we created to block everything, you won't be able to actually access any of the resources. Okay, perfect. So let me hit down over here. And again, I need to wait a little bit to for the rules to apply. Okay, let's see if now we have access to what we allowed. Let me go to the Apache web server, and yes, it's working perfect. Now, if I do a ping test, let me see if that works. It shouldn't, because we didn't allow ICMP. And yep, it's not working. Perfect. So now let's try to connect to the share where we allowed SMB, and it's working. Wonderful. Perfect. But let me try if we can actually ping. And yep, it doesn't work. Same thing, because we didn't allow ICMP. Okay, that's perfect. So everything is working as we expect. And this is how you can play with the firewall rules for the VPN, the Teleport VPN. All right, folks, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comments, or requests for a new video, just let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on the notifications, and click on the like button. That's it for today. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next uni-hosted video. Bye-bye.